question.
I had a different reality on that.
I did too.
All right, I understand. And for your understanding and the viewpoint through which you were experiencing that reality, you understood it correctly. But, simply, we were discussing the idea that, again, reality unfolds within the idea of any involvement of the mass consciousness with regard to exactly how that mass consciousness has chosen to experience it en masse. Therefore, understand that to a degree, there are many, 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 in your terms, individuals who will be, in a sense, allowing themselves to partake of this energy, this reality, this experience. And really, if in a sense it goes, in your terms, too fast, they will be left behind.
Right. Oh, yes.
You follow me?
Yes.
I see.
Therefore, understand that it is not that you have to feel that patience is a virtue. Understand that patience is a power.
That's so real. I can feel that.
Thank you.
I have that feeling that they'll feel left behind. And I was thinking, that's where I got the idea. I thought I was going too fast.
Go
But
forward
that's not what it
Yeah,
is.
may I make a statement?
Yes.
It's as if as we as a mass consciousness here allow ourselves to equal the vibration of anyone else who we would like to have here, then they'll be here, whether it's 10, 20, 50, or the whole planet. When we allow that mass for that vibration, allow ourselves to equal all those vibrations, then it will happen.
Thank you.
I mean-
Understand also that it is not that we wish you to wait or go slow. Understand? We, in your terms, have a vested interest in losing this job. Because we wish you to be equal and not need us as teachers, except in the exchange of each of us as teachers and learners simultaneously, as equals. Understand that for now, you are allowing yourself to view us, for the most part, as teachers. Therefore, when you allow us to lose that designation and become completely equal, then we will really begin to consciously share.
Can I make a
Let me
joke?
ask you a
All
question.
right? One moment. Yes?
Is this because there's the job opening up in Syria?
All right, I perceive the level of your statement. In a sense, yes.
Good.
I'm just,
Good.
What? Realize I am not.
you're not?
Joking with it.
Understand that, again, to a degree, the equalization of the triad counterparts consciousness which forms your planet, our planet, and that planet round and about Sirius, the interactions of all the consciousness involved in that triad are beginning to understand the idea of equalization.
We could all be a part of it here?
You are.
All right.
Yes.
Do you have any more insight than we do as to the similarities and differences between our cultures? In other words, do you,
To a degree. But
only because you say so. That's
Right.
we're
Very good.
allowing you to
yes.
tell us that you're on a different plane when in fact we do have many strengths that you are seeking from our culture
Not seeking.
that you are experiencing.
Thank you.
Would you like to tell us about them?
Why?
Why not?
Right? Thank you! Allow me to say that you have very, very, very creatively allowed us to view the idea of a portion of our consciousness in ways which express the strength of the creation of the cyclic manifestation. That you can create for yourself what you term to be negative reality, and then completely polarize yourselves and transform yourselves in very positive ways along the same idea. Therefore, we directly feel the energy of that transformation, and it adds to our own understanding of overall awareness of ourselves within all that is. So thank you.
All right. So in fact, I to re-energize myself.
All right. Then you are
And in
not off the
fact-
track.
Right, and in fact to move at a faster rate or a different level, a higher
All
level.
right. Thank you.
What do you mean by the term polarize? I'm not clear on that.
Again, simply the idea that the manifestation of any principle, or I'll say foundation, within your physical reality will almost always proceed in polar opposites.
Oh,
You will see things as black or white, good or bad. There will be opposing views, even if they are both, in a sense, in your eyes, perhaps positive. Simply, it will always give you the opportunity to view yourself at the very center of all of those projections, and then to know that that is because you are the creator.
Are you saying that that in fact, how is that different than what you do in your culture?
Simply, that, I'll say, our momentum allows us not to stop the procedure of immediately experiencing, without analyzation, all of those polarities and moving on.
So there is in fact an advantage to really stopping and taking things apart and putting it back together. Because
Again, did not say there was not.
I see. Okay, so it can create different insights.
Yes, that is what we mean by allowing even what you perceive to be negative reality to be valid, and therefore simply integrating it within yourself.
What else, Bashar? What other kind of...
You will tell me.
You will teach him.
Okay.
I have something.
All right,
The realization that I just occurred to me. Oof.
all right.
It just suddenly appeared so clear to me that, in fact, your civilization is not in advance of ours at all. It's that they're experiencing what they're experiencing, and so are we. And we're
Thank
just
you.
merely sharing to experience what they have, and they're sharing to experience what we have, and
Very good.
there's no conflict.
Thank you.
And
I
in
like
fact,
that
what I-
very much.
Yes. And what I do see is that your culture is in fact very analytical, extremely so. That's what I'm getting from your communications to us, and that in fact it would have to be that way in order for us to have this type of session.
In a sense, understand that simply we are using, as you say, our understanding of what you term to be analytical abilities to focus our consciousness, yes, to be able to even, in a sense, have the ability to converse with you. You follow me?
Yes.
Because we are, in a sense, very specifically analyzing, in your terms, one very specific portion of what we term to be our past selves, to bring it into focus.
But you experienced being us as your past selves, and you.
In your terms, not literally.
Oh. Oh, okay. Not
Again,
literally.
you are your own universe, your own reality, and you have parallel manifestations which your society will create. But at the same time, we are a counterpart reality to yours.
so
So
in other words,
I'm responsible. Then I am acting in accord and with responsibility to
Yourself.
to myself, including everybody else,
In that way, yes.
in my sphere, in my realm of
Yes.
experience.
Yes.
would that prevent somebody from going too far ahead too quickly?
No such thing.
Oh.
Realize that you can only ever be exactly the product of the state of consciousness at any particular understanding of itself. Therefore, if you perceive there is an idea, understand that if that idea is there and you can perceive it, the idea is also within you. That means there is more than one. Automatically, that means it must be within the overall consciousness. Otherwise, you would not perceive it.
Oh, in other words, if you have an idea, that would be in the overall consciousness.
Again, understand, there is no such thing as being ahead of your time. You are always directly a product of exactly what your timing is all about.
Although everybody may not get that idea at the same time.
Understand that it will unfold as it needs to. Yes. Question.
But it's like in the back of people's minds, where if I'm thinking of it in the front of my mind, you're saying it's sort of in the back of others.
Sort of.
Sort of like a seed.
Sort of, yes.
I want to make a statement.
All right.
Okay, I just want to say that from coming the last couple of weeks, what I have been experiencing is an excitement for everything, and a relating
bad.
I don't think so. I think it's been wonderful. Do you like
Did you believe me?
No, not really.
Thank you. I should think not. Question.
I wanted to share an experience on what you
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So are you.
About a month ago, give or take, doesn't matter, I came across the new subject, and I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to share this with people? It happened to be on the idea of color therapy. I'm a healer. And it fell into my hands, so to speak, and I said, this makes so much sense, and God, I want to share this with people, and how do I present it? And today, just has happened a couple of times, I've come across people, and I said, you know, very tentatively, I said, I came across this thing, well, it's kind of with color therapy. They said, somebody was just talking about that last week. And then it's almost like,
yes.
When I got the idea, it was on a carrier wave that was going...
Understand that when you received the idea, that to begin with was being shared with you.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say, that I realized that it was not an isolated...
Very good.
Okay.
Thank you.
Colors.
Oh, I see.
Great.
Where'd that idea come from?
Thank you.
You notice that this character keeps picking up our characteristics? I love it.
Question.
Well, on this, there seems, this is new for me, new experience, and I'm having a great time.
Thank you.
There seems to be degrees of awareness or consciousness that came from maybe an agreed upon decision to agree, not to agree, to be aware of certain circumstances. And any explanation from your part and your observation of that existence or that situation on this planet?
Are you looking for purpose again?
Maybe.
All right. Understand first of all, there is no need for a purpose in all that is.
Okay.
Since all that is simply is, it does not need a purpose to be. Understand that life in that way, if you wish to ascribe a purpose to it, again, simply will unfold in all the possible ways that it can. And all the experiences that it contains will be experienced by the consciousness of all that is, in whatever way it imagines itself doing so, which is you, in a sense. Do you follow me so far?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Therefore, understand that if you wish to ascribe a purpose at all to life, it is simply that life will create more life to experience.
But I kind of get this feeling that, you know, all of a sudden, this hasn't just happened now, but in recent times, it's just started. It's just now. It's like a dream. It goes between the dreamlike and the real. It fluctuates back
All right,
and forth.
in a sense, realize that your mass consciousness awareness at this time is beginning to understand the discontinuity of time. And as such, I'll say, is beginning to sense the fluctuations. You follow me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Therefore, that is becoming a part of your understanding of your reality. And as such, your reality is changing to reflect that understanding and that viewpoint.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
Bashar, I want to share something. I've had a lot of this experience of looking at something, of seeing it. I thought I was looking in the past, of experiencing something that was happening, and but it seems like now it was more like I was in another sphere of another lifetime, another area here, another civilization at this time. And I just looked, and it was just like I, in my higher consciousness, was looking down into many facets and seeing different lives of my lives going through, living now in different existences. And it's quite a reality to me that here I am living many, many lives now. And I was just showing that picture just a few minutes ago.
Thank you. Again, for sharing your own teaching to yourself.
Thank you.
Question.
Question? Bashar, a moment ago, whenever she was talking about this idea that she had picked up on about the colors, Steve asked you where the idea came from, and I don't guess you heard him.
Yes. Understand, it was answered by someone else.
Oh, I didn't get the answer.
Us. It was said. You.
Oh, okay, thank you. I didn't hear.
All ideas come from you. Everything. Where else do you assume they could come from? There is no outside. There is nothing outside of all that is. You are all that is. You are the creator. Where else could they come from?
I didn't have a concept on it. I just wanted to know what the answer was that you gave. I didn't hear you give one.
You.
Thank you.
I did not give one.
Thank you.
It was given.
Okay.
Question.
On
Yes,
that same thing, did that idea come just from a different part of our consciousness? That we, like me, I just felt like I stumbled across the idea.
All right.
Is that from a different part of my own consciousness that I wasn't aware of?
In a sense, yes. Understand once again that everything you allow yourself to perceive within your reality, you must create a version of that idea for you to even perceive it. Therefore, in a sense, even though you may be in communication telepathically with every other form of consciousness, when you choose to understand that it is time for you within your own sense of timing to be aware of that idea, then you will create your own version of it so that you may experience it for the first time.
Thanks.
Question.
Yes. Well, I just wanted to say that since I've been coming to your lectures and since I've listened to some of your tapes, it's been incredible to me. And you've opened up just a whole new universes to me. Where
One
thought
moment. You have opened them up for yourself.
Well, you've helped me.
All right. Allow me to say you have allowed us to be that reflection of yourself so that you could simply understand that that is exactly what you were doing in a way that was acceptable to you. By, in a sense, removing the idea into someone you felt could tell you. Understand, you are telling yourself.
But because you're just another viewpoint of myself?
In a sense.
Okay. Anyway, it's been incredible. I've been having great cognition.
Thank you.
Awarenesses.
Very good. Question.
Before, when you were talking about the death experience and really perceiving these higher states fully, what is then out of the body experiences exteriorizing, from our physical state and going places and seeing things and perceiving them and then
All right.
coming back? Would that be similar?
Much the same. Yes.